I have a full-time and a part-time job. I also create language learning content for this channel. So what if I told you you can do it all? You just need to learn smarter and use all the help you can get to make it happen. With YouMind, it creates an all-in-one learning space that keeps me on track. It saves me a ton of time tracking my progress, taking endless notes, and finding resources. If you're just starting to learn languages and have no idea where to start, I'll be sharing 5 tips on how to learn French, Japanese, and Korean smarter, even with a busy schedule. Podcasts are one of my favorite learning resources because they allow me to multitask while I'm busy. On my way to work, I have about 25 minutes to listen to a podcast while I'm driving. You can also use small pockets of time like when you're cooking or washing dishes. But when I have dedicated study time, I use the chunking method, study for 25 minutes and then taking a 5 minutes break. In YouMind, I save all of my podcast links for easy access. I don't have to look through apps or websites. Each episode is about 25 minutes long, perfect for a focused study session. Instead of long, exhausting hours, this method helps me stay consistent and avoid burnout. So how do I use this technique for podcasts? By combining it with smart note-taking in YouMind. YouMind is an AI-powered notebook that helps me organize all my online learning resources in one place. For example, I've created a board just for the French podcasts I listen to. Not only I keep all the links and resources in this board, I can take notes, ask for a summary, and make study guide at the same time. If you're busy, simply listening is already great. But I like to go one step further to build vocabulary and improve listening. Here's how I do it. I listen to the same episode twice. The first time, I just try to understand the main topic. Then I run the transcript through YouMind and ask for a translation. Having both French and English versions save time and helps me understand the context better. I also ask YouMind to generate a vocabulary list from the episode. For instance, when I listen to an episode of Little Talk in Slow French about the medical system, I first study the vocabulary that YouMind pulled out for me. Then when I re-listened to the episode, I could understand it much better. I even added a shortcut in YouMind so I don't have to type the same prompt every time. It's such a time saver. We waste a lot of time making daily decisions, what to eat, what to wear. It is the same thing for language learning. The more you simplify your resources, the more focus you'll have. You don't need dozens of websites and textbooks, just a few reliable ones that you trust and you know how to use effectively. For me, I always have one go-to website or textbook for building strong foundation. For example, I use the How to Learn Korean website. Each lesson covers multiple grammar points and new vocabulary. By taking notes directly in YouMind, I can highlight grammar rules, create bullet points, and keep everything neatly organized. It becomes my personal study notebook. I like how I can split screen to have resources and notes on the same page instead of having multiple tabs open. They get lost very easily. Plus, YouMind helps track my learning progress automatically when I ask it to summarize lessons in bullet points. We often hear the advice, consume more content, but the real key is how you process what you consume. Just like when preparing for a test, teaching or summarizing what you learn helps you retain it better. YouMind is a tool that customizes your learning experience for you. Either you want writing support, translation, or prompt shortcuts. When I watch videos in my target language on YouTube, I don't just passively watch. After finishing a video, I summarize it in my own words. If it's long, I use the YouMind extension, which automatically gives me an overview in English. I then use that overview to reflect and express my thoughts in Japanese. This not only helps me review content efficiently, but also encourages me to form sentences naturally in my target language. If you don't know how to start speaking fluently, begin with writing short paragraphs around common topics in YouMind. The first one I always learn is self-introduction, your name, age, occupation, where you're from, and hobbies. It should become a muscle memory so you respond naturally when someone asks. Then move on to topics like family, daily routines, and your favorites such as food, movies, and books. I use YouMind to save all my writing in one place, so whenever I forgot something, I can easily go back and review. Over time, this helps me build fluency and confidence. I also created a shortcut for writing practices. This helps me to brainstorm topics and ideas to write more freely. And if you like to organize your learning smarter, just search YouMind to get started for free. You can also use the code in the description below for 20% off any paid plan. I hope these tips help you learn smarter, not harder. If you found these tips helpful, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.